Hello and welcome back everybody to another great video review from the Geek Tech Show. Today we are going to be featuring two different knife sets for us to pick from. One of them is $150, another one is about $50. So what is the difference between both of those Spyderco knives and which one should you get? And one of them is the Native 5. The second one is the following. Check out the book. 10-3 Os. Weird name. But we got two different knives here. And the question is, which one of those two is the one for us to get? Knives are essential for everyday carry. The reason for that is that you never know when you need a knife for any purpose. Cutting packages, doing everyday things, and of course, lastly, maybe self-defense. Hopefully you never have to use it for that purpose. Most of the time you have to use this for everyday carry, opening packages, doing a lot of stuff. Since I do a lot of eBay selling and things like that with packaging and everything, I need a knife almost all the time to opening packages, closing them up, ripping tape, doing so many different things with the knife itself. You get to do this. Now the biggest question is, which one should you get out of both of those knives? There is definitely two different knives over here from the same identical company. One of them, the Tenacious versus the Native 5, the big difference is a whooping $100 between two different, what seems to be almost identical looking knives themselves. So what I'm going to be doing is examining them up close and personal so you can tell the big difference is this worth the extra $150. One thing you can notice right off the bat is how easily this actually opens one hand. On the other hand, the $50 knife seems to be a little bit harder for me to get this to open with one hand. This is one of the biggest big differences between those two. Next one is, of course, size-wise. This one is a little bit bigger. This one is slightly small. Also, when it comes to weight, this one is a little bit lighter weight and this one is a little bit more heavy. Other than that, it is very fine details between those two. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is examining them super up close and of course giving you the verdict which one is the winner in my book and which one should you get for yourself. Let's get started right now. So we have both of those knives right here, and one of them is the $50 one, $150 is the other one. And of course, I'm going to be looking at both of them. So the packages are almost identical when you get both of them. Another thing is, you can see right here, one of them it says made in China, another one is made in USA. This makes a huge difference in terms of quality and the kind of material it is made in. When you open both of them up, they look almost identical. But you can see a few differences. Now, this was a different trim that I got, and that's the only reason it looks kind of different when it comes to the trim, but this doesn't affect the quality. Let's go ahead and examine this up close and personal just to see what are the differences between both of them when we do head-to-head comparison of those two. So right off the bat, you can tell a few differences between them. Now, this is extra I just put on here, so don't pay attention to that. When you're going to be getting both of those knives, or one of them, they're not going to look like this. They're just going to look just like you see them right now. Another thing that you're going to be looking at, you're going to be telling a few other things about, such as the different size when it comes to the metal itself. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is taking this out of here, so you can have a better comparison between those two. You can see them side to side as well. And you can tell right away they are different in terms of size. So let's see right here, 4.5 inches, and this one about 4. This one is 1.5, and this one 1.25. So that makes a big difference right here. Opening them up, this one is a little bit harder to open. It doesn't open as easy as this one. This one is very easy to open, and the blade is so much better as well. Much more sharper too. So it opens up really nice. This one is a little bit harder to open, just a little bit. But the biggest problem here is not opening it up. It is snapping all the way in. Right here, it seems like it's get a little bit more stuck. And that's what I really don't like about it. Now, opening both of them up all the way. And measuring them once again. You can see this one is about 8 inches long, almost 8 inches. This one is about 7 inches. That's really is a big difference between both of those blades over here. This one is dual. It's not really sharp. Pretty dual knife, by the way. This one is much more sharper, but it is much smaller as well. So there is a big difference when it comes to that. Also, the blade itself, this is different kind of a steel. You can tell right here. It is very nice. And I really like the texture and the color of this. This is like all black version of the same steel. Kind of like that. Now, I really prefer this kind of texture to this. But you can get this one in this kind of a texture. So that's just an option that I actually got. So this is not a big difference right here. Now if you like this one more, you can get this one better. It's just a different kind of a grip to it. I think the grip is actually better with this knife. So if you're gonna get this kind of a grip on this one, it could be a better option for you. But on the other hand, the texture, I just like the texture. I just like the way this is really slick looking right here. And it has the Spyderco logo right on here. And just the texture itself, it just feels like really cool, by the way. So in terms of looks, this one is better looking. In terms of being handy, I think this grip is a little bit better. That is really the big difference between both of them. But when it comes to quality-wise, when it comes to that, I really think that this one really shines when it comes to the quality. Let's do a chop test. And this one easily opens it up. On the other hand, this knife, same chopping test, a little bit harder to open it up. You can really tell the difference between the two. And this one just slices right through it, really easily. And on this one, I had to use a little bit more force to open it up. Now, it could have been just like a bad apple, right here. So if you have to carve something out of there, it works so easy. So that wasn't that much of an issue here. But if it comes to like just slicing something, you have to use a little bit more power to open it up. Now, this is just a small difference between those two, but you can really tell the difference. I don't know if you can tell, but I can tell myself. Because this one has, right away, it just slices through it very easily. You don't even need to use any force, and then it goes through it very smoothly. And that's something that this knife fails to do. So really small differences between both of them, but when it comes to quality wise, I think you're getting the better quality in the one that is made in the United States. Whereas this one right here, it just doesn't cut it. I mean, it does cut, but it doesn't cut as well. So between those two, I really think that this knife right here is just worth your money, and this one right here is not as good. Probably a very good knife for you to have in the vehicle or for stuff like that, just an emergency thing for backpacking. $50 is not a bad investment for something like this. But on the other hand, if you want something of quality and of course getting a very good knife, this would be it. This one is just okay, it's not so great. And yeah, keep this one in your camping bag. Of course, keep this one in your vehicle in case somebody steals it. It's only a $50 loss. I wouldn't risk something like $150 right here to put this in a place that somebody could actually steal it. Other than that, this one is very heavy right here. It's kind of really hard to put this clip and to get it to use. On the other hand, this one right here, the clip is on the other side of it, and it does bend much easier than the previous one. So this one, yeah, bends pretty easy, and this one there, it's just hard, like really hard. But one thing that you actually can see here, you can actually switch it around. So the clip, if you don't like it here, if you have special tools, you can actually put it right there. On the other hand, This one right here, yep, same thing. Don't like the clip, for it is. Go ahead, use those special tools if you do have it, and you can actually flip it right on this side. But if you don't have those tools, there's no way you can do this. So I'm thinking actually that I might take this one and move it right here. So in case you do want to switch the sizes, you can get a computer repair kit right here. What you have to do is to put this right inside here. You have to open it up, and it easily opens this clip up right here. So you can go ahead and put this on the other side in case you need to. And adding this up. Now those are micro screws, by the way. So getting a computer repair kit, that's all you really need. That comes directly from iFixit. So pretty much in a few seconds I was able to totally fix the real annoying issue with this knife, which was this placed in the incorrect location. And you can do this as well. So now this is the perfect knife that I'm going to be using for EDC and everyday use and everyday carry for myself. This is the better knife. It opens and closes much more easily. Right there. And one hand opening. Very good. Very easily for you to do. But this one right there, we are risking it every single time. You're opening this blade up, you're risking cutting yourself. Just doesn't cut as good. I don't know why we have this issue. I think more likely because it is much longer, maybe that is the problem, or just something about the aerodynamics of this thing. Is just the pressure here. You have to put a lot more pressure to open this up, making it a little bit of a more dangerous knife for you to use as one hand opening. As you can see, I'm trying to open this, but I'm a little more careful just because it doesn't snap and opens as easily. Right now it's fine, but as you just open it up, I think that's the biggest issue here. Just opening it right here, you have to use a lot more force than you actually should to open it, and that is actually the most dangerous part of opening this one hand. On the other hand, this one right here, it is perfect when it comes to opening and closing it. You don't have to do nothing. You open it up, it works very smoothly, and of course it is the better investment over here. And saving yourself a trip to ER, this would be the knife that I would actually pick for myself, and this is the one that I have for myself as well. On the other hand, this one right here, just because of the flipping mechanism, I think it is worthy for you not to invest in this. And if you are getting this, it is totally fine. Just don't do one hand opening. It just seems to be a little bit on the dangerous side. The weight test right here. So let's put this up here. And this one is about 3 O's. And this one right there, it's much more heavier. It's about almost 5 O's right there. Very small difference between the scales of both of them. So you have watched this entire presentation, and now the final verdict is here. So the made in China knife gets a thumbs down. Although this is $50, super cheap, it's much harder for me to open this with one finger opening. Next thing, the other issue over here, it is a little bit more heavy and also doesn't seem to be as well made. The biggest thing that makes this a deal breaker for me is that I can't open this with one hand, and it doesn't seem like the quality is in this knife. Although it is much cheaper and probably better for you to put this right in your vehicle in case you need this for everyday use, it is not worth it, the investment for me, in my opinion. On the other hand, this knife, give it a full thumbs up. This is a 10-star, by the way. It feels good, it looks good, and it is amazing. I totally recommend this knife for everyday carry, and of course, it is stylish and nice looking as well. Plus, the best thing about this is that you can open this easily without injuring yourself. On the other hand, the made in China knife doesn't seem to be as great. And the best thing about this, it is quality made in United States. Hopefully you do decide to buy one of those knives. There's going to be a link right down below where you can get yours at the cheapest possible price. So I got mine myself from Amazon.